Finally, we are back, boys and girls. It's been a very long time, I know, but today we have a lot of things to go through. Obviously, the stream, the thumbnail title is all about the Rotherham game, but I think we've got a lot of transfer stuff to go through as well. 1 week until transfer deadline day. Rotherham away tomorrow in the Championship. I was going to say the Premier League then, but yeah, lots to go through tonight. We're going to start off with the transfer news. It looks like Leicester are close to bringing in their 7th signing of the window. A few potential departures as well. Victor Christensen, Timothy Castagna. Today, Patson Daka being linked to Bournemouth, which is a very interesting one as well. So, and of course, we'll go through the Rotherham game. We'll touch upon Cardiff City as well. And yeah, all things are on the up for Leicester since I last spoke to you guys with a great win against Cardiff City last weekend. But without further ado, let's get straight into it and get into these transfer news. As I always say, make sure to drop a like, get involved in the chat. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching this video or stream on playback as well. So let's get straight into it, really. For Richard Romano, Leicester City have completed the Yunus Akgün deal from Galatasaray, now on his way for medical tests. So yeah, this one was heavily reported in Turkey. There was rumours about it, but there's no real, English source saying it. But Fabrizio Romano came out this morning and pretty much confirmed it. So yeah, we are getting our 7th signing of the window. Yunus Akgün, he is a winger from Turkey, from Galatasaray, 23 years old. Like I said in the short, if you watch that, I think it's a bit of a risky signing, to be fair, because obviously he hasn't got any experience in the English game whatsoever. And when you sign these, European, especially from the Turkish league, it's a bit of an unknown. But it could go one or two ways. He's a talented player. He scored in the Champions League qualifier for Galatasaray a couple of days ago, in fact. So, he looks to be half decent, Turkish international as well. So I think it's quite a high quality player for the Championship. But then again, we'll have to see how he comes and adapts to the Enzo Maresca system. So, but I think the structure of the deal is quite interesting as well. Because if you look here, obviously it is a loan deal, but if he plays 25 games, which there's 40. There's about 40, or just over 40 games left of the season. We've obviously played a couple. I think if it's half decent plays, he's easily going to achieve that threshold, and 10 million euros could be the potential. And I think that could be a very good deal if we get promoted. But obviously there is a long way to go until potentially that one. But yeah, I think with this signing, it's a good one. We'll have to see what happens. Obviously, we didn't know too much about Mavididi. That one's worked out quite nicely as well. So it's just a case of waiting. I don't really want to judge him. He looks to be quite a tricky winger, likes to come inside as well, which obviously Enzo likes. He wants wingers to take people on. And I think, obviously we've got McAteer, we've got Wanya, who've done a good job since they come in. But I don't think they're players who you can rely upon for every single game. And I think just to add that squad depth in now with Akgün coming in, it could be good. Obviously, we are linked with another geezer. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. You guys know how bad I am with names. Obviously, the Sporting Lisbon winger, so we'll touch upon him later. But I just think I think winger was a position we need to strengthen in. And, if we can get this done, I think it would be a fantastic deal. Obviously, it is another loan, which isn't great because right now he seems to be loaning in more players than we're actually getting on the permanents. And if we do get promoted, we're going to be a bit stuck for next year. So, but obviously that is something else to think upon. But yeah, onto the departure. If you are just joining, I'm going to go through some transfers to start us off. Then we'll jump into the actual game tomorrow. This one's a bit of a crazy one, to be fair. I don't know how on earth Bournemouth are set to make £25 million for Patson Daka. I do not know, but take it. I don't know. I don't get how the guys worth 25 million, but if Bournemouth want to pay it, let's make it happen. Obviously, this is from the Mail. Not, it's not Fabrizio Romano. It's not Rob Tanner. It's nothing majorly reliable, but yeah, Bournemouth set to make 25 million move for Leicester City's Patson Daka. Okay, after Foxes turned down a loan offer for Everton. So go ahead. I think with Daka, he's one of them who's not going to be playing consistently. He's going to want to leave because of that. And if we can get 25 million for him, I will snap your hand off for it. So for me, let's allow this to happen, and hopefully we can have a striker lined up. Obviously, Joel Pereira has gone to Leeds, which is a bit of a shame. I'm a bit gutted about that because I thought we all would have took him. I think that was about 12 million as well, so I don't know why we didn't go in for him, but I guess we've still got FFP issues somehow. But I think with this deal, if Leicester can do this, I think it would be a great bit of business, really, because I think with Daka, obviously, I think his first season was a lot better than last year. Last year, he never got consistent games, granted, but when he did play, he didn't really do much. scored limited goals and just wasn't really a threat. And I think under Enzo, he isn't going to suit the system very much as well. He can score a goal if he gets the chance to do so, but with the ball at his feet, he's, Bambi on ice. He's absolutely nothing. So for me, I think we should get this done, get 25 million in, reinvest that. We've got a week left of the window, so we'll have to be quick. Rudkin obviously needs to start doing stuff. And if we can sell Daka, reinvest it quickly, get a striker and get centre back in, get another winger in or something like that, we're cooking. So that's what I is anyone in the chat, boys and girls, as well? It's very quiet tonight. There we go. Rich has popped in. We'd love to see it. But I think with Daka, it might split opinions. Some of you guys might want to keep him. I think Rich is saying he does. But for me, I'd just say sell, really, because, like I said, it doesn't fit the play style. We've got Iheanacho there, who, in my opinion, should be the main player or one of the main players in this team, and one player which we have to keep hold of. So for me, if I had the opportunity for 25 million, it's going to be a sell, in my opinion. Daka's still young and good rep among Europe. I just want us to keep Kel. Yeah, I think, if we can cash in upon Daka right now, because by the way it's looking, Daka isn't going to get much game time this year, and that's only going to decrease his value. So, I've read it wrong. Yeah, get rid of Daka. I do agree. I think that's the best way to do it, really. But the only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the lack of time to reinvest, because I think if Daka did go to Bournemouth, we would need to get another striker in, because we can't last the whole season with Vardy Iheanacho. The African Cup of Nations is coming up this year, or next year, I should say. So obviously Iheanacho and Didi, etc., is going to be missing for that. So we can't rely upon Jamie Vardy for a whole month, let's be honest. So that is my take on it. But I think, I don't know, I think the fan base is probably a big, I think it was like 10 to 5 million. It may be a split opinion, but 25 million is ridiculous. I don't really know how on earth Bournemouth have seen Daka and wanted to pay that, but I'm not going to complain at all. So that is Patterson Daka done. Like I said, there is so much to go through transfers. Obviously, I haven't done a stream for a while. As we know, Victor Christensen is set to be leaving on loan to Bologna. I won't go through that too much, because obviously you guys probably know it already, but that is from obviously Fabrizio Romano as well. Quick bit on Yunus on Atgun once again. Obviously, he was pictured travelling to England today for his medical. So as you can see, new challenge loading. It's kind of what Tete did, to be fair. So yeah, whatever you do not buy a Turkish flag. Do not gas them up after one game, because this guy's got scary comparisons to Tete, because he literally got subbed off when he last played and Tete came on. So yeah, we're pretty much replacing Tete with Atgun's replacement is Tete, and our Tete replacement is Atgun. So make of that what you want. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, and it swings and roundabouts transfer wise. But let's hope he can do a bit better than the King Tete. Yeah, we all have Tete secretly on this channel, though, don't we? The chat's probably dead because I haven't done a live for a while, so people probably know sports has gone. I'm back though. Is Faz leaving? I don't think so. I'm really close to the camera tonight, aren't I? A bit weird. Atgun got drip. Jordan, I don't know about that, mate. Maybe. Hopefully he's not under. Hopefully he's not Gazelle. Hopefully he's not Tete. He could be a Lookman if he wants. That is all good. But yeah, I think it's one of them, really. It could go one or two ways. He could either be. I think to be fair though, you draw them comparisons, but obviously Tete under Gazelle, etc., all in the Premier League, and it's a bit harder. But if this guy's half decent, and he obviously it'll take a few games to settle in, but realistically, he should rip the Championship apart if he's any good. So, and we see what Mather did. He's come in, he's come in, settled in quite nicely, and been very impactful the first couple of games. So, yeah, who's Rotherham's best player? I don't have a clue, mate. Don't have a Scooby. I'm happy it's a loan with an option to buy. Yeah, 100%. And that's my only concern, really, because obviously we are learning in quite a few people. I think the key one for me is Callum Dawn, because I think he's a fantastic player, and I really would like to keep him for just this season and beyond. But yeah, hopefully, if we can make a few sales within the next couple of days, fingers crossed by deadline day, we can bring in at least 2 people on a permanent basis, because it's all good getting these loans and stuff as well. But I think we have to. I know it's a long way away, but for me, I would like to have a bit of preparation for the future. Obviously, there's a few links around Harwood Bellis or something like that, the centre back. There was a bit of talk about that a couple of weeks ago, so we'll have to see. But before we talk about Rotherham, another player we're linked with is this guy who I'm going to have an absolute mare trying to pronounce his name. But anyway, let's go with it. So yeah, this is, to be fair, it's not been reported majorly. Sky Sports have said that Leicester are advancing on a deal and are interested, so it's fairly reliable. But yeah, exclusive. Abdul Fatawu Isaku, oh, wasn't that bad actually, is one step away from joining Leicester City on a loan deal from Sporting Lisbon. Now, this is from a Portuguese account, I do believe. Transfer specialist at Sky Sports, who said 17,000 followers, I should say. So, yeah, it's fairly reliable. I don't think it's one step away from joining us, but I think there's definitely interest in there. Obviously, it's a buy option of 12 million, which is quite steep, I believe, for a 19-year-old. He's a Ghanaian international. Negotiations, according to this guy, is very advanced at this stage. Both clubs are hoping to get a deal done within the next 24 to 48 hours. So, yeah, again, it's a player who I definitely take. This guy's got a massive release clause of about 60 million or something. So he's not going to have that release clause for no reason. Obviously, he's young. He's a raw talent. But, if Enzo saw something in him, I wouldn't be against it, really, because the more wingers we can get, the better, in my opinion, because, there's right now we obviously got Mavididi, Wanya, Casey McAteer, Albrighton, what's the guy? I forgot his name already. The new guy coming in, Turkish Don, and obviously we could have Abdul Fatawu coming in. So I think the more wingers we can get, the better, because it's gonna happen. One of the wingers we have is going to get injured. It's going to happen. It's absolutely it is inevitable. Especially with the amount of games we've got, it's going to happen. So we have to prepare for that. And I think like I said, Enzo's style is very predominant on wingers as well. Especially getting in behind and stretching the play. So if we can get someone like him in, it would be good. I won't lie, I've never watched a guy in my life. I haven't done any research on him because obviously he's not too close to joining, but I'll have a look at him and we'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, let's get back into the chat. Obviously, I've been gone for a week or so, but I was away. I'm now going to be as consistent as possible with transfers. There's going to be shorts going up every day, doing a quick roundup of all the transfer news until deadline day. Obviously, it's a week away. On deadline day, we'll do a massive stream like throughout the whole night, as long as the laptop and phone can stay charged up. And personally, I think there will be a lot of stuff going on within these last couple of days. So hopefully, I'll be uploading every single day for the next week or so. That is the plan. I'm going to Tranmere as well on Tuesday night, which should be eventful. Don't know why I'm making a trip there for a Carabao Cup game, but there you go. We're massive. Also got Southampton tickets today as well, so some good away games coming up on the channel. I hope Daka get Bournemouth because that is way too much for him. I do agree, but I'm not complaining. Samara left, not yet, surprisingly, but he could be one to go. Well, he's not very good. That's how I see it, really. This is the thing, really. We keep having to rely on players to go, but there's no concrete links. And obviously, the likes of Christensen are going on loan, and Stanley's been linked with move away all summer. But Christensen on loan doesn't really help us financially, and Castagne doesn't actually look too close to going. Apparently, him between Fulham are advanced, but Fabrizio hasn't said anything, but hopefully something can happen over this weekend or so and going into the Monday, Tuesday. But we have to let people go, and people like Samara as well, and people like Sutar, who look nowhere near the squad, absolutely nowhere near it. And even people like Luke Thomas, there was talk of him who wanted the loan. He's going to be nowhere near the squad, and I don't blame him really, because I like how Enzo's doing it, but we have to get rid of these players because Enzo's been quite decisive in saying, you're not going to fit the system. You're probably not going to be involved. Look for another club. But, we just got relegated. There's not going to be loads of teams coming up and saying, I want him, I want him, I want him. Because, you got relegated for a reason. And obviously some of these players are of a decent standard. And, the likes of Luke Thomas could do a decent job. Samare could probably do a good job in the French league again, where it's a bit of a slower pace and he's more used to it. But, you know what I mean? People like Daka. Now Daka's the one everyone's shocked about the price because it's just far too steep in my opinion. But it's Bournemouth what to do it. I don't know if this was an appropriate question, but it's perfectly appropriate. It's not less related though, but yeah, it was all right. My year did get shafted by grey boundaries a little bit. I was expecting slightly better, but I did get into uni, so that's all that matters really. So yeah, we're off to uni in a few weeks. Surprising a bit for Ndidi, yeah, but I think he's pretty much got. I would be very shocked if Ndidi left because I think he's pretty much cemented in the side and. surprisingly, really, because he keeps playing this advanced role. And to be fair, he's not been too bad as Wolf in these first few games. But we'll have to see what happens, obviously, with Cassidy coming in now. Could he start tomorrow? Obviously, we'll talk about the Rotherham game in a minute. We'll have to see. Castagne set to sign for Fulham. That is, hopefully, yeah. Thomas could be loaned out. Sutar might stay. I think Sutar might just talk about Rangers. Their manager did say something earlier, kind of hinted at it, so there could be something in there. I had terrible results. It's only results. Is that A levels or GCSEs? But yeah, results are results, and I think I could have done a better, but it's all right. Nate, want to get every A levels, lads? I got BCC, which isn't actually too great. In my mocks and stuff, I got like A's all the time. I was going into results there, I turned up thinking, oh yeah, AAB easy, BCC. I was fuming, but yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? We got into uni, so I don't really care. There we go. But yeah, I think we should probably talk about the game tomorrow. To be fair, the whole stream's about the game, and I haven't even talked about it. Yeah, I got to see. There you go. See, it's not that bad, mate. It's not that bad. I just said it was bad. To be fair, but yeah, it's shafted, isn't it? Mate? Shafted. AQA can do one, can't they? But yeah, let's move on to the game tomorrow then. Rotherham United away. Another team who have started the season quite poorly. Another team quite low in the table. Interesting enough, I think Huddersfield, Cardiff, and Rotherham are all in a row. So that is interesting. But injury news: Casey McAteer is back in contention. Dennis Pratt is out still through injury, so he obviously won't be involved tomorrow. But apart from that, press conference rise does nothing too much. Rotherham have made a pretty poor start to the season, as expected, really. Obviously, they're not the best of sides. Now they're probably going to beat us tomorrow. I've said that. But yeah, first game of the season, if it's going to decide to load. There we go. They lost 4-1 to Stoke. Rotherham like a red card, don't they? Lost 4-1 to Stoke. Beat the mighty Morecambe on penalties in the Carabao Cup. Drew to Blackburn at home, which isn't a bad result. And obviously lost to Sunderland last time out with Joe Bellingham actually scoring 2 goals in that one. They currently, obviously, I'll be dropping down to third now. Go away, Hull. They currently sit 22nd, 1 point on the board. Obviously, the table doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, they're obviously looking for their first win of the season. It would be a great way to do so for them against, obviously, Leicester City. But I don't think it's going to happen. I'm quite confident we are going to win tomorrow. I just feel like we can get at them. I think they are quite an aggressive side, and if they do press quite high, we can break through that press. There'll be loads of space in behind for us. But it's going to be tough, as every game has been in the Championship. Also, we are scoring late goals. We're having to grind out wins, and there hasn't been a game yet which has been plain sailing, apart from obviously Burton in the Carabao Cup. So we have to be wary once again. And if we're not on the game tomorrow, we could well lose it. We saw Cardiff obviously threatened a lot in the second half. Huddersfield had a few chances in that game. Obviously, the Coventry game, I thought we were quite lucky to win that one. So I think at times we have been riding our luck a little bit, because I think, especially in these second halves, have been quite open to a counter-attack. So we need to be careful of that. I think Rotherham have got Jordan Hugo, who's on the front now. I don't know who he is, but I think he's a striker. So he could be a potential threat as well. But yeah, tactically, Rotherham set up in a 4-3-3 formation. Is Jordan Hugo started up top? Is that Tyler Blackett? Jesus, remember him? Is that Victor? Is he used to play for us? Or am I bugging? I recognise the name, Victor Johansson. I swear he used to play. I swear he's in our academy or something. But yeah, that's how they lined up. I won't sit here and say I know the players, because I don't. But yeah, that's our Rotherham play, 4-3-3. I don't know about you guys, but my Championship ball knowledge is absolutely dreadful. Didn't have a Scooby. In the Premier League, I could name the starting 11 for every team. Covering maybe one player from half the teams in this division, but we'll be typical 0-0. Are we in League One, Rotherham? I don't know why. I don't know how this is in the Championship, but predictions for tomorrow. Ooh. I don't know. I don't think we'll. Some people, I've seen a few prediction videos saying we'll smash them, but I don't think we will. I think it'll probably be a narrow, maybe 1-0 or 2-0. Hopefully we can get another clean sheet, because I want to see Mads get Spurs clean sheet for Leicester. That would be nice. So let's say 1-0 or 2-0 Leicester. Yeah, he did play through the tour. I thought so. welcome to university life. I know it's going to be a bit of an adjustment, but we'll see. We'll probably be our last signings now. Hopefully not, but I can probably see it being that way. Yeah, I just hope we can get maybe one more centre back in, maybe, because if we do lose the likes of Sood, maybe another fullback as well, because it all depends on who comes in, who goes and stuff, doesn't it? So many former players, yeah. And there is a lot of back still popping around, isn't there? If any centre back goes, I want to see Jake Van Poel Heck from Brighton. He played against us in the 2-2. I don't know why I remember that one, but I just remember him absolutely missing a sitter. But I don't know if he'll come. I would like Harvard Bellis from Man City. I was obviously at Burnley last year. Obviously played under Enzo as well, but I think that could be a difficult deal to do because we saw how long the Callum Doyle deal took, and that was only a loan as well on the 21s. Yeah, why Southampton tickets? I think it's Friday night, isn't it? Are you going, bro? I saw it at Southampton, didn't I? Yeah, that's it. But yeah, it's Friday night, isn't it? So it is quite a long one, but I did enjoy Southampton last year, apart from the result, which was obviously flipping awful. We are still early in the Enzo footprint, 100%, but I still expect us to win if the attitude is right. We'll win 100%. And Enzo said in the interview with Radio Leicester that we're only 10 to 20% of the way we want to be, and that's quite scary for a team, isn't it? It's what I keep saying. We're not really playing that well right now, but we're still winning, which is a massive thing, really, because when Leicester start to build upon this, which will come December time, I think, and it still keep building. We may reach 80% in March time, and if this is how we're playing now, imagine what it's going to be like when we're fully integrated, transfer windows done, we can fully focus, and if Leicester can pick up, if we can keep this winning streak up, come December when the games come thick and fast, we could really spiral and just keep going and grinding out wins, and we could really shoot ourselves up there. And by December we could have a massive chance of promotion already. I know that's a long way to go, but we'll have to see. We all have to see. But let's get back into the chat. But it's looking good, isn't it? Love to see it. I'll see you down there, mate. You going to Tranmere on Tuesday? I am for some reason. But it should be a good one to tick off a new ground. Obviously, away games are quite hard to get right now. Obviously, I can't go. I'm not going tomorrow. We couldn't get any tickets for Huddersfield either. So, it will be a difficult one. Exactly. Yeah, it's a massive game, isn't it? I'm surprised there's not been more tickets sold. But if any of you guys are members or anything, try and get yourselves down there to back the boys, because I think the support will be needed. It's a big game already. Obviously, it's early on in the season, but we will have to see how that one goes at St Mary's. But that will be that's still a long way to go. But I think predicted lineup wise tomorrow. If you have a quick look, obviously I can't find the lineup now, but to be fair, I kind of want it to be. I want it to be unchanged from Cardiff, really. Maybe Cassidy comes in from the start. But in goal, I'll go with Matt Emerson. I'll go with the same back four: Ricardo, Yannick, Ratfaz, Callum Doyle. I think them four have all been very good. Obviously, Ricardo going into midfield alongside Winks, who's obviously been fantastic as well. We'll go with Dewsbury Hall. Then they go with Cassidy. I think he should start, to be fair. I think we just need to go at Rotherham tomorrow. And then obviously the front line, I'll go Kelechi up top, obviously. Left, Mavididi, and on the right, I'll go Wanya, because obviously I think McAtee's a bit too early to come in, and we don't really have anyone else. I don't want to see Albrighton play. So yeah, that would be my team. I think that's just one change in it from Cardiff City. So yeah, I don't really see too much a point to change the game too much. If you are winning 1-2-0, maybe take Cassidy off and Diddy just to shore things up a bit, and then maybe bring Hamza on. If we do need to chase the game a bit more, we've obviously got options in. Don't know, who do we have? Daka, if he's on the bench, I don't think he will be. Vardy will probably be on the bench as well. Obviously, McAtee will probably be there as well. But that's the thing. I think we're still lacking a bit going forward, option-wise. I think the starting is it's quite good, but I think the backups are a little bit shaky, and that's what I mean. I think he can bring in these wingers, like Atgun, etc. I think it would bolster us quite a lot. Got the Tranmere, yeah, it's a bit of a long one. I'm only going because obviously it's school holidays or uni holidays, I should say now. Willie Caballero taking us to the Prem. We'd love to see that. Think it'll be unchanged tomorrow. Yeah, I think it'll be very similar. I don't think there'll be many changes at all. No reason to change the lineup. Obviously, if someone's got injured today in training or something, we will. But yeah, should be quite similar. Hobnobby, he's not in the He's not in the lab tonight. He's slacking, isn't he? He's slacking. He is. But yeah, boys, I think that we've pretty much gone through everything. Just before we wrap things up, let me know score predictions in the chat. Let's have a quick look at some of these scores tonight quickly. I know Chelsea are playing, but we are Championship, so we might as well look at the Hull City score. I know they're playing Bristol. I think there's been a goal in that game because they're no longer top. Let's have a quick look. Bristol, what a game. 1-1, there we go. Big Naki Wells with the goal. But yeah, let us know score predictions in the chat for tomorrow, boys and girls. I think, team news unchanged. We can make it 4 wins in a row, 5 in all competitions. That would be perfect. And imagine if we can go, 4 wins until the international break. Obviously, we got Tranmere Tuesday, then Hull City, and then I think we have the international break then. So if we can go there, win tomorrow, beat Tranmere, which you should do, beat Hull City at home, which will be a difficult game, to be fair. That would be an unbelievable start to the season. Go into the international break, maximum points. And that international break, where obviously now we're not going to see as many players go out and into international duty. It's a full week of continue to build this Enzo system, and usually the international breaks are boring, but I think this international break could be massive for us because it could really take us to that next level. Because you've got a whole week of pure tactics. Obviously, it's going to be like that as well. But obviously, when you've got games, you've got recovery days and whatnot as well. So yeah. But yeah, let's get into the chat. I would say 4-0, looking at where Rotherham are, but realistic 1-0 or 2-0. Yeah, I don't think we'll smash them. Hopefully we do, but I have to see. Have you seen the Dewsbury Hall to Man City business? I haven't seen that, no. I know that's crazy. I saw Mike Goldbridge going absolutely mad over it. I don't think it's confirmed, but Man United are interested in Ryan Bertrand. So they're going to have Bertrand and Johnny Evans. Wow. Remove your bets for United to get top 4. Jesus. 4-1 to Leicester. I love that. Lots of people saying 4-1 I've seen. I reckon 3-1. Cassidy, Winks and Mavididi. Winks gets first goal. Mavididi and Vardy to score. Yeah. I would like to see Winks get his first goal. It would be nice to see Ian Atcher score. Because I don't think our strikers have actually scored a goal in the league yet, which is interesting. Also, Ian Atcher hit the post in the against Cardiff last week, so hopefully he can bag his first of the season. But I don't really care who scores as long as we win. I would take it. Callum Doyle to score. I'm saying, you know what? I'm going to say 2-0. Doyle to score his first Leicester goal, and we'll go with. I fancy Wanya to score again. Baller. Hella cooked. I know. It's beautiful, the commentary as well, because no one's saying his full name, so I can just say Wanya now. Beautiful stuff. Maybe play against Tranmere, potentially so. I don't think we'll get announced. It'll probably get announced on a Sunday or Monday, so maybe, but it might be a bit too early. Our signings usually take quite a long time to obviously announce, so maybe gets announced the game tomorrow. I don't know why it would, but yeah, I think we probably Monday or something. Match to get 2. Mavididi and Doyle. Yeah, I think Doyle's fantastic. I really like him. Comfortable on the ball, solid. It's fine, mate. We all love Doyle, sexy boy. Why did I say that? God's sake. But yeah, he I think he's a great player. I think Winks as well. Winks has been fantastic as well, to be honest. I've been really impressed by him. And I think all the new signings have came in and done a great job. Madsen goal has been quite solid and reliable. Obviously, couldn't do anything about the Ramsey goal. Mavididi's come in and done a fantastic job as well. And I think overall, we can't really have too much complaints about who's come in. I think I'm forgetting someone, aren't I? But yeah, I think all in all, it's been good. And even the players from the academy, like Wanya and Casey, have come in. And they're pretty much like new signings as well. And I think they've come in and done a fairly good job as well. So hopefully, Wanya can have another good performance tomorrow. I think he's obviously got to make the most of these opportunities with the wingers coming in. And I think the more competition we have, the better. Ben Nelson, yeah, I forgot about him. Talking of obviously academy players, Lewis Brunt's gone on loan to Mansfield Town, which would be good for him. So if he can get some experience out there in League Two, which is quite a low standard to be fair, because at times he was in the first team last year. We are indeed. Hopefully that one can get done and dusted soon as well. But yeah, boys, I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. Just have a quick look at the score again. Hull 1, Bristol City 1, which we like to see keeps us in second place. But you know, if Leicester win tomorrow and Ipswich don't beat Leeds, we could be top of the league, which would be very nice to see. But yeah, there we go, boys and girls. Thank you for everyone for coming in tonight. It's good to be back on the channel. Just like I said, I'm going to try and be as consistent as possible over this next week with all the transfer stuff and whatnot. Obviously, lots is going to happen. Lots of vlogs on the way as well. Tranmere, Hull, Southampton as well, all coming up as well. So there you go. But yeah, let's get into the final bits of the chat. You go Norwich. Sadly not. It's a bit too late for me to get back, to be fair. I would, but obviously, if I'm going to Derby Uni, obviously, which is... But it's going to be a bit of a nightmare to get back to there at that time of night, so sadly not. SPORTSA score, easy, mate. Bag, mate, 25. 20. Bournemouth are actually quite good, you know. Their team's actually quite good. So I have to see if Daka does go there, how he fits in. But I reckon Bournemouth will be in the Premier League for quite a few years with the way they're building. But anyway, boys and girls, who cares about the Prem? Big up the EFL. And yeah, I'll see you boys tomorrow for the match reaction. Obviously, I'm not going to the game, as I would have said if I was. Sold out, stupid little grounds. And but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls, about 5:30, 6-ish for the match reaction, where hopefully we will be reacting to another Leicester City win. Stay safe, boys. See you tomorrow in up the city. Is it going to end? No.